In this lesson, you're going to learn the point value for each chess piece. So even though in chess we don't win the game by being ahead in points like many other games, we win the game by who's the first side to get their opponent into checkmate. It's good to know the point values of each of the chess pieces because as we go to start exchanging pieces with our opponent, it's good to know if you're getting a good exchange or a bad exchange, and by knowing the point values of each piece, it helps you understand if you want to make a trade or not. Pawns are the lowest valued pieces and they're worth 1 point each. Your bishops and your knights, these are called minor pieces, and all of the bishops and knights are worth 3 points each. Rooks are called major pieces and each rook is worth 5 points each. The queens are also considered to be major pieces, and they are the highest valued pieces. They are the strongest fighting pieces in the entire game of chess, and each queen is worth 8 points. Some chess players don't give the king a point value because the entire game of chess revolves around the king, and if you lose your king, or in other words, if you get it captured, which we call checkmated, it means that the game of chess is over. It means you lost. And so they don't really give it a point value. They say that it's worth unlimited or infinity points because it's the most important piece in the game. That being said, some players do give it a point value based off of how strong of a fighting piece it is, and they say that it's worth about 5 points worth of fighting potential because of that ability of being able to move one square in any direction. So now that you know the value of each chess piece, let's take a look at a few exchanges or trades that could take place in a game of chess and talk about whether it's a good trade or a bad trade. So let's imagine this position, it's white's move, and white sees that they can take this pawn. So white moves, they capture the pawn, which we know is worth 1 point, but because it moved to that square, they allowed black to recapture. So black can recapture that knight with their bishop. And so what just happened here in this trade or this exchange is that white took a pawn, which is only worth 1 point, and then black was able to recapture and get a piece that was worth 3 points. So for this trade, white came out on the bad end. They did not make a good trade because they are now down 2 points. The black side would be very happy right now because they just got a minor piece for a pawn. In this example, let's imagine that it's black's turn and black sees, man, I've got my queen and I can zoom over and capture this rook. And when I capture this rook, I'll be putting the white king in check. That looks like a great move. And maybe they move too quick, they decide to make that exchange and they take that rook, they say check. And now white sees, oh man, I don't have to move my king because I had this rook protecting the other rook. And black just made a big mistake because now white can recapture that queen. And what just happened in this trade or this exchange was that black lost their queen for a rook, meaning that they lost an 8-point piece to get a 5-point piece. So white would be very happy with this trade because now they're going to be ahead in points, 3 points. In this example, let's imagine it's white's turn and white sees that they can use their knight to capture black's bishop. They capture the bishop and they allow black to recapture using the knight. And in this trade, what just happened is that white traded their knight to get black's bishop. Now this would be considered an equal trade because both of these pieces are worth 3 points. So for this lesson, if you could remember the point values for each of the chess pieces, and if you could remember which pieces are considered to be minor pieces and which pieces are considered to be major pieces, you'll be doing really great. Thanks for watching.